Hi everybody, welcome to the Manifold channel. Today we're going to look at how we can rearrange channels within an image using the Join dialog. The dataset that we're going to work with is right here. We're seeing it in Manifold System Release 9. All this works in the free viewer as well. And what it is, it's an image that we've downloaded from the National Agriculture Imagery Program, a program in the United States where much of the agricultural land in the United States is photographed at a reasonably high resolution, about 1 meter, sometimes better resolution, in 4 channels. It's photographed in red, green, blue, and infrared. And let's zoom into a closer look at this location that I've saved called Lakes. And what we can do is we can do so-called color infrared using this type of imagery, where we use a different arrangement of channels to use infrared, the infrared band for red, and so on to get that color infrared effect. Now what we've seen from different sorts of demos in the past is, videos in the past, is that we can use the style dialog to rearrange this if we like, and to change this from the classic RGB presentation to using the infrared channel for red and so on. But if we do that when we save the image, we don't automatically, not automatically is the data already in those bands. It's just the presentation of it has changed. So if we actually want to rearrange the bands within the image, so for example, we can save it, we can export it in a form that software which cannot rearrange channels on the fly could use it and see that color infrared color. Here's how to do it. And if we take a look at what this image is right here, we see that it's a 4-channel image, and we saw that through the style as well. And what we're going to do is we're going to use the Join dialog. So let's do that right now. Click Edit Join. And Join opens up by default as a self-join. Instead of choosing one of the other components, we just have a component right here. And what I want to do is I want to take channel 3 and put it into channel 0. I want to take channel 0 and put it into channel 1, and I want to take the data that's currently in channel 2 and put it, channel 1 and put it into channel 2. And we're going to leave channel 3 as is, unused. If you don't remember what these channel assignments are to generate color infrared, you can look it up in the user manual for Manifold. It's easy to find. There's plenty of examples that do that. So to make this happen, all we do is we click Join Component. And Manifold swings into action, and it does what's called a self-join, where it actually takes channels from within the image and it rearranges them on the fly to get this color infrared effect. And you can see the channels here haven't changed in terms of the way they're styled. It's just that what's now in channel 0 was data that was formerly in channel 3. What's now in channel 1 is data that was formerly in channel 0. And what's now in channel 2 is data that was formerly in channel 1. So when we save this image, if we export it to something like a TIFF or something like that, we're actually going to be saving it with the data in this form, so that software like Photoshop or something else, which cannot sort of reshuffle channels on the fly, will still present it as this color infrared image that we see. And you can see that works throughout the entire image. That's all been done, and it happened that quickly, even though this image is probably about a 600 megabyte image. All right, let's see what else we can do with this this sort of technique to do raster self joins. And here we have the sample data set that we've been using to do a variety of work with rasters, where we transfer data from vectors, polygons like these here in the vector parcels layer into the terrain elevation image, which is in the background. If we take a look at this, we can see that this terrain elevation image is a single channel image. Let's click on Style so you can see the thematic formatting that it uses. That's Style. I'll go back here to Component. All that is very, very good and fine, but when we manipulate this terrain elevation raster, if we change it using a join or something else like that, how do we get it back? Well, we could always make a copy of it in the project pane, or another way we could do this is we could just simply do what's called a self-join. And what we'll do is with the focus on the terrain image, we'll click Edit, Join, and again it opens up as a self-join, which is here's the destination, here's the target, and here's what we're joining. And instead of picking something else, we'll just leave it at terrain. And what we want to do is we want to add a field. We're going to add from channel 0, we're going to add a new channel called channel 1. We're going to change the terrain image. Instead of having just one channel, channel 0, it has 2 channels, channel 0 and channel 1. Channel 1 is going to be what is now in channel 0. So what we're doing is we're basically making a backup copy of channel 0 and putting it into channel 1. When I click Join Component, it works almost instantaneously. You can see it happened that quickly, and it's a small raster. So we can now see that this now has 2 channels to it instead of just 1. Great. So what happens if we now go to work with the terrain? Let's do this. Let's click Edit, Join, and let's do a spatial join where we take what's in the parcels, and we take what's in the parcels from the Z field, and we put the Z field, let's put the minimum of the Z field into channel 0. That's the same as, since we don't have any overlapping parcels here, that's the same as just choosing whatever's in the parcel value. So now if I click Join Component, Manifold to do that spatial calculation. And you can see what it did is it took everything that was underneath the parcels and it put that into channel 0 for the terrain elevation. That's great. That's really super. But now how do we get that back? Let's say we change our mind and think, well, gee, I didn't really want to do that. I want to get my original terrain back. Well, that's easy to do. We'll just take edit join, and then here using the self join, taking what's in terrain and joining it in terrain also. I'll take what's in channel 1 and I'll copy that into channel 0. Now when I click join component, the terrain is right back to where it was. So that's just a handy technique if you want to sort of make a copy of what's in a single channel image and put it into a spare channel. You can always get that back whenever you want it. I hope that with this quick video you've seen the power of raster self joins. Most people tend to use them to rearrange channels. It's a very convenient thing just within the same image. And but never forget that you can also use that technique that I just showed you to take a single channel image and make a copy of it within a spare channel, so that spare channel is always ready for instant backups. Thanks for watching, and goodbye from the Manifold channel. Well, that was fun. If you want to see more, visit us at www.manifold.net. As always, Manifold delivers the world's most advanced, highest quality spatial products for GIS and DBMS at a low price that you can afford. Once again, that's manifold.net. See you soon.